Yo, what is going on, y'all? I'm Cavell Anderson, and we are back with another Veve and Ecomi video. In this one, we're going to be doing a little update on the what's his name, the blockchain whisperers guy or whatever. And yeah, I heard something new about him, and yeah, we're gonna be talking about that a little bit. And also we're going to be addressing like a comment that I got because someone it's a lot of comments going around that's saying, "Oh, the market can't be manipulated, this and that." And people just really not understanding. Like, people don't know, apparently there's a guy in Omi who has over 1 billion tokens, and people don't know the whole situation behind that because they don't take the time to actually educate themselves on the history and things that's going on in the community. That if you would have watched the videos before that we all made, like, I'm not going to go into this every time in future videos and stuff like that. You have to be able to do your own research and due diligence. If you don't understand that a guy with billions of tokens can easily manipulate the price at will, that's like, I mean, that's your work to do. That's not my work to do for you. I've already done it for you. I'm not going to do it for you every day. Like, you have to go and do your own research. But be sure to, before we jump into it, be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're new, turn on notifications so you stay updated with everything going on. And yeah, let's get into some of the interesting stuff here. So this guy says, new major exchange delayed to the end of September. So this guy, he came out and said randomly, "Oh, I have some big Omi news, man. I have some big news." And then eventually he released this. He said, new major exchange delayed to the end of September, according to sources. And notice these guys always say, according to sources. Bro, what is your source? What is their source? Like, where are you getting this information? This is like the football guy, that football guy, the guy from the football community who was seen as a joke as well. And then Reese even commented on this one this time and said, would love to know who these sources are, considering that's just not how it all works. Obviously, Veve does not give information away to random people to just tell the world like that's just not like no one is leaking that information from their team. So this people and what's crazy is we always get this around token unlocks. Like, notice the second thing he said, 20 billion founder tokens are unlocking from August 10th. Think about this. Why is it that the FUD always heats up around the time token unlocks come? Because that's the biggest ammo they can use to trick amateurs into trying to dump. And honestly, this is what happens. All the FUD picks up around token unlocks, and it gets amateurs out. And then all the whales that's sitting here spreading the FUD, like the source of this FUD, they buy in low. Because the fact of the matter is, these guys want to buy in at lower prices. And I mean, to be completely honest with you all, I have no problem with the prices going lower because I would buy more too. Like, listen, I understand what's going on, but I'll take advantage of the fact that we have dickheads in the community. Like, I love the price being low. But also, at the same time, the reason that I make videos on these topics and tell you all what's going on and tell you all the stuff that we know and talk about behind the scenes, as far as the influencers and things like this, the reason that I actually come to you all and tell you all this stuff is because I don't want you all to lose out and sell off of your bag or something or do something crazy because you don't actually understand what's going on. So as long as people are subscribed to this channel, they'll never be able to say, I didn't know. I didn't know I was being manipulated by a bunch of millionaires and shit like that. Like, because I've told you many times, like, I've explained why the Omi token can't be manipulated in the future. I've explained the point that we're at right now and why it can be manipulated. I've explained all of this. So if you still manage to be screwed over and taken advantage of and missed out on the opportunity, that's 100% your fault. And as a grown-up, you have to own that decision, and I can't do anything for you. Because honestly, what's in my best interest is letting the FUD run rampant and letting the prices go down so I can just keep buying more Omi. Like, that's what's realistically in my best interest. I genuinely want to see everybody win and everyone succeed, so I explain to you all when people are working behind the scenes plotting on you. You can believe it or not, you can, oh, he has a tinfoil head, there's a conspiracy theory now, like, what the hell I gotta make up a conspiracy theory for? And the majority of the people saying, oh, that's a conspiracy, like nobody's manipulating anything. The majority of the people saying that are people sent from these guys who's manipulating it. And I understand, like, listen, you all are trying to use token unlocks. It's been proven already that token unlocks don't do anything. Yeah, you can trick amateurs, people who just got into the token. Maybe yeah, like maybe they'll sell off. But like, what type of idiot do you have to be to fall for the same thing twice? Like, if someone doesn't do research at that, like at that level where they can fall for the exact same thing two times, then they were gonna lose their money anyway. So I really don't care. Like, you all are doing a service if you cause FUD and some random person gets hit twice by the same FUD. But all I can do is tell you all the reality, and the reality is that what people are trying to make this, like what the FUDers are trying to make this out to be, it's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal at all, man. But that being said, let's talk a little bit about blockchain whisperers. So if you don't know what he said let's see, I discovered the problem that fucks up its token economics. So he's talking about the tokenomics, and he's talking about the problem with it. He discovered a problem, but he never came out and said what the problem with the tokenomics was. And I'll let you in on a secret. There is no problem with the tokenomics. The tokenomics just requires utility and other things working, so so it can really be beneficial to the token holders. The reason that the token holders are not benefiting right now from holding the token, because the tokenomics is not really being like, it's not being fueled right now by utility and things like that. Like, we have nothing that's really going to push up the token. We have nothing that's supposed to push up the token. On as far as the token end goes, they're focusing on they focused on Veve first. So we're getting to the point where they're going to start focusing on the token. But if you are in business and you understand business, it makes more sense to have a product that's like having a cash, making this super fancy cash register for a theme park and not having a ride in a theme park. Like we need the cash registers to get the money so you can go on the ride. Why would we focus on making the perfect cash register when you can't even get to there's no ride to get on? So Veve focused on making the ride first so they can actually charge you for something, and people are trying to turn that into FUD. Like, no, like they built a product first. They built a product. They're trying to get the product perfect because we don't want the ride, the merry-go-round, to start spinning around in circles and then pop off. And then, come on now, like, that's not good for business. It pops off, somebody goes flying, hits their head or something, or worse. Like, they're taking the time, and then they don't want just one ride. They're trying to put two rides. That maybe they want a roller coaster. Maybe, like, think of it as a theme park getting built. What a lot of crypto bulls want Veve to do is they want Veve to set up one cash register, set up two cash registers, set up three cash registers, and the whole theme park is empty. And they convince people that that is what makes sense. They convince people to setting up cash registers with no theme park built is the way to do business. What type of business is you doing? Like, that's only a scam if you, like, that's 100% a scam, because you have a bunch of people lined up outside, they get inside, you take their money, they get inside, and there's nothing there. And that's the majority of crypto projects, by the way. Just throwing it out there. That's a fact. That's the majority of crypto promises. That's like, because when you get in there, the thing is with other cryptos, once you actually get into the theme park and you see that there's nothing there, there's one guy, he's clean cut, he looks really trustworthy. He's like, I promise we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to do this, we're going to do all of this. We are going to make you the best product possible. We're going to take over the world. And then a bunch of crypto people like, I believe in you. So you got my money, but I believe. Like, basically this I'm trying to paint a picture for you all so you can really understand where crypto is and how Omi and Ecomi is different. Because when you walk through the theme park of Ecomi, there's rides there. Yeah, the rides may, like the capture, we may need captures sometimes. Like, you got people hacking the rides, getting on for free or something like that. You got little road bumps along the way, but they have a product. That's more than what a lot of other people's investments actually have. Most people's investments have nothing. So that being said, and one thing I do want to point out is the timing of Omi not being like the tokenomics, like this tokenomic discussion, the timing of this being released around the time where the token unlocks are happening, it's suspicious timing to me. Like that, I'll just say that it's suspicious timing, because it was completely perfect when all the when all this huge news and stuff was happening, but this became a problem. This Omi token, like the tokenomics became a problem when the unlocks was coming. It's like all this news and stuff is happening around unlocks. I'm not saying, like, one thing that someone said is, look at this. So this right here, blockchain whisperers are not manipulating Omi. Like he says, they were out months ago. He clearly didn't watch the video, because I said I didn't think that blockchain whisperers was manipulating anything. If anything, I think that he's being manipulated. That's exactly what I said. I think this guy is just a trader. He's a trader who gets information however he gets it, and I think that he's being manipulated. So he's being manipulated, and he's being used as a tool against Ecomi. And what's interesting is someone else sent me a message and said, Michael. He said, your man from Blockchain Whisperers has just dropped a message to his subscribers saying that Omi problem is they have one massive whale that is against them, and holders should stay away from the project. So as you can see, I asked for the source. Like, this is like, I can't see if he actually said that. But if he said that, first off, this went from being a tokenomics problem, now it's a whale problem. But that being the case, this whale is something that's not actually a problem. This is a problem for traders, but at the same time, what moron attempts to trade Omi? Like, who tries to trade Omi? Like, I just don't get it. When you got all these other tokens that's much tradable tokens, like, I'm not even a trader and I know that. Like, there's much more history to base your analysis around and things like that. Like, that's just common sense to me. If I'm going to trade something, it's going to have an extensive history for me to really study it, understand the movements, understand what moves it, when it moves, what catalyst can influence it. Omi has no history. What moron is out here trying to trade Omi? Like, yes, it worked out for Blockchain Whisperers once early on because he got some inside information, but outside of that, it's like, this is not a tradable token. This is not what you're gonna what you want to go to if you're going to trade. So, yes, in the short term, a freaking whale can manipulate the price of the token. A whale can. Now, you got to understand, if a guy has a billion plus tokens, yes, for everybody who buys on, he can sell off. He can sell off the equivalent, but he just has a ton of tokens. That means if for the day people buy in, if people buy 10 million Omi for the day, he can literally sell 10 million Omi just to keep the price low. And it's nothing. It's nothing to him. Like, it's literally nothing to him. And the opinion, like, all we know is he has over 1 billion. We don't know how far over 1 billion. Like, at first people were saying like 100 billion. Yeah, that was absolutely no. But we don't know how far over 1 billion this goes. So, if for the day or for the month people buy, like, let's say 500 billion Omi or 500 million Omi, he could literally for the month sell off 500 million Omi, and then the price would not move. So this is the thing. This is how easy it is for somebody with that many tokens to manipulate the market. And then all you have to do is have a little code that goes around and says things like, why the prices are moving and things like that, and they start causing an uproar. Then genuine fans of the project will start saying, yeah, you know what? Why isn't the price moving? Bitcoin blew up today. This token blew up today. That did that. This, and then you have it's just like a snowball effect. You got the one person who's manipulating people. He causes a bunch of panic amongst the real fans, and yeah, it's just a bunch of FUD being spread around the community and people losing a ton of money. What you have to understand is you can't fall for people trying to manipulate you. As an investor, you need to understand how the game works. There are whales in every single community. There are whales looking to manipulate and profit off of other people's downfalls. This is in every single crypto. The problem is, it's not as easy in other cryptos or as noticeable. It's very noticeable because of where we are in the lifespan of Omi. It's very noticeable. And the reason that we see it so much, the reason that they're trying to do it so much is because of the tokenomics. It's the biggest defense against guys like this. The tokenomics is the biggest defense against guys like this, and this is why they always target the tokenomics. talking about how it's bad, because this is the tokenomics is really the only thing that can stop them. Like, the tokenomics will stop them in the future. So all they have to do is spread as much FUD right now while there's so much uncertainty around the token. They just spread as much FUD as possible right now, and they can make more of a profit in the long run. But ultimately, you can't fall for this. Like, you can't let them, like, I mean, if you do, you do, man. But this is why I make my videos, and this is why I tell you all what's going on, because I don't want to see anyone fall for it. Realistically, it's a fact. Like there's nobody can tell me a valid reason of why I would have to let anyone know any of this. Like, I don't have to tell you the manipulation that's going on. I gain nothing from telling you. Matter of fact, I hurt myself, because more people are going to hold, more than likely, which means I can't buy in at an even lower price. I can't let you, because I don't let you fall for the FUD. Yeah, I have to buy in at more expensive prices. But I'd rather that than buying in knowing I let a bunch of people go down thinking their investment was going to shit. Like, I just can't. I can't be that type of person as a man. Like, I'm a grown ass man. I'm not gonna be the type of person bringing other people down to get up, because I've never had to get up by bringing somebody else down. I mean, that's just like, listen. People can say what they want about my ego and what I think of myself, but yes, my ego and morals allows me to stand for what I believe in. These guys out here doing whatever it takes, stepping on however many heads they have to, they have no morals. And this is why people like that always fail. Yeah, you can get a bunch of money for a minute, but it's not going to end well for you. I mean, it's not going to end well for you at all. It never does. So, yeah, man, let me know what you all think in the comment section down below. That was pretty much it. I wanted to make this video explaining the things that's been going on, and really giving you all an update on a lot of the stuff going on. So, yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section. Be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. Peace out, y'all.